Wow. How embarrassing. I thought I pushed the unmute button. I just been talking. Hopefully you can read lips. This is not the first time I've done it. I'm really glad you came in, Burns. If I had just been like, can you imagine like 30 minutes of me just sitting here talking and people are like, okay, well, I guess he's just not streaming tonight. Wow. Wow. That takes the cake. And I just spent all this time talking about what I'm going to do tonight. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, in summation of everything I just said before I was warned that I was on mute, I'm working on web dev tonight. God, I said so much. I think Snoop Dogg did it for a whole stream, then left the camera on for a day. Okay, well, I would take that if I could have all the money that Snoop Dogg has. You know? Of course, I probably wouldn't be a game dev then. I'd just be a singer-songwriter. I'm doing web dev tonight. And so I guess I'll visually show what I'm doing, because why not? Because you just saw me talking for to nobody. To myself. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. OMG. So this is our Alterium Shift website. So basically what happened when we were preparing to launch is our publisher offered, or we actually told them, didn't offer. We said, you should make a website for us. And so they did. And it's fine, but it's only the website for our game. And whenever you talk about like Durati games, even though technically we only have one main game, we don't have a Durati games website. We have the domain, but I just, it takes a lot to do website development stuff. And with a couple announcements we have coming soon, and I don't know if anyone saw, we have this OTK Winter Games Expo that Alterium Shift is going to be featured in, which is on our Twitter. Do I have like a links? Maybe Dratzy? Yeah, there you go. On our Twitter, the OTK Winter Games Expo is a pretty big thing. And we want to have a presence, and we have an announcement that's coming up that we want to make sure that when we do announce, people have a place to go to find out not just about our game, but about us. And so I started working on the website, and then I'm an engineer, software engineer by trade, web development. So I was like, well, I'll get all this stuff set up. I'll get all the PHPs going. It's not my favorite to work with PHP directly in code like this, but let me see if I can just get this to be zoomed. PHP Storm has such a weird zooming thing. I don't know what they got going on here. Like I can't just zoom here for some reason. I don't know why that is. Like there's no plus and minus to zoom in and out. So I thought, hey, let's do some web dev. That's what we're going to do tonight. I should be working on game development, but, web dev is a thing, and it's got to happen. So, I'm going to do it. And that's that. I just getting a text message. Oh boy. But, it would have been nice if my screen wasn't, my mic wasn't muted. One of the things that was going off about was, I don't think I've ever hired somebody that was purely a, like a WordPress developer. Did I say publish? I thought I said publish. Oh, this is staging. Let's see. Okay. So I'm doing it live because I'm having some weird issues with the staging environment. What I was saying anyways is I've never hired a WordPress developer because really WordPress development is not what I would call the more heavy-hitting coding. But I can't touch code without trying to engineer it. And to be fair, I now have ChatGPT to sort of ease the burden of me getting back into doing web development. And so that's what I'm doing tonight. I'm not doing game development. I'm just going to work on a website. And that's that. Okay, so I'm having an issue where the staging environment wouldn't show the updates as I was working on them. And I was like, there's no way I'm going to do this laborious process because it would only work if I wasn't using the SSL. So it's like, you know what? I'm just going to publish it. So you can see how bad it looks, right? So here's the main Alterium Shift website. I basically made a copy of this and then I'm going to refine it in Drafty Games, and then what I create in Drafty Games in terms of the structure, because right now this is very static. All the code is like in the template. It's not very dynamic. I can't easily change the content. I'm going to make it all dynamic so that I can then reapply it to Alterium Shift, and then we can do whatever we want. The thing is, like, the thing about web design is you kind of have to have a visual, like an eye for what kind of looks good. And I'm not really that person. I can do things that are usable and I can think about usability, but when it comes to like pretty, not me. It's all Jacob. And so I want to make tools that Jacob can use and make his life hopefully a little bit easier to manage this stuff. So I'm going to get logged into my Drafty Game site so I can actually begin development, because I'm a little thrown off by being on mute. By the way, hi, Disillusionist. I'm going to get logged into that site. You're not going to see that part, obviously. No, I'm not going to log in as Drafty. Come on. Drafty. Shoot. Oh, no. I'm hitting the browser issue. Okay, hold on. I gotta be able to, I have to be able to log in to my password manager so I can log into my website. But everything on Chrome infuriatingly goes slow. Why is it not letting me log in? Oh, it's still trying to do staging. That's fine. Let's try that again. It keeps redirecting me to staging. Why would you do that, thing? Oh my god, this is going to be so frustrating. This is web development, man. So apparently when I deployed it, it now thinks that my main website is my staging website because it didn't do any intelligent adjustment of the stupid domain stuff. All right, come on. We can do this. Let's get in here. This is web development, friends. Okay. So at least I think I'm on the right site now. So I'm going to move this over here. So their staging environment sucks, basically. It just sucks. It's not good at all. That's what I've learned. So if I go in like the general settings here, I'm betting, I hope there's nothing I shouldn't be showing. Oh God. This is so stupid. This is so stupid. Oh my God. Oh my God. It's so dumb. So they have a staging environment, and they have a way for the staging environment to deploy to, whatever. But move Jetpack data. No, I don't want to move it. I want to have a fresh connection for Dratsy Games. Why? It's so dumb. This is so dumb right now, folks. Okay, well, it's my first time trying to use this tool. Hey, look, task update path method. Why is it showing tasks? Did I uncheck something? What is that thing? It's showing a task thing. Task update path method. I'm in my main chat. Okay, we have notes. Chat. This is going to be one of those nights, isn't it? This is going to be one of those nights. So we have display capture. We have chat. Mix it up. That's a note. So what is this thing? It's not on my screen. What is that? There's like... No, there's the logo. Let's mix it up. No. Voice mod. No. Countdown. No. Jammy Jam text. Okay, there you go. I must have accidentally clicked on show or hide. It's so dumb, man. It's so dumb. Yes, authorize my connection. I thought I already set you up. This is what tonight's going to be like. Let me show you my expertise in doing web development by showing you just what happens when you try to make a website. What happens is nothing ever goes as you expect. Ever. As in ever. Okay. So Dratsy Games, that's fine. All the configuration looks like it's okay. I'm on the Dratsy Games configuration. So that's okay. So I wonder why it's doing... Is it? Yeah, okay, let's see. I actually don't know why it's doing this then. Maybe it's just a holdover from it being something. Anyway, so what I'm doing is now that it seems to be working randomly for some reason, I'm working on this whole thing called I think it's like advanced custom forms or something. Hey Sutton, how you doing? How's your Metal Gear going? Is it pretty solid? I'm gonna get blinded by this. I wonder what dark mode would do here. Is it dangerous? Yeah, don't do it. I was kidding. No, dark mode. No, don't do this. I have another problem with the streaming thing where for some reason, I think it's just Chrome. Chrome just does not play nicely. My Metal Gears are grinding. You know what really grinds my gears? Okay, so there's this tool called in WordPress called Advanced Custom Forms Pro. Advanced Custom Forms Pro, I think that's what it's called. And when our publisher had set up our website originally, they used this, but they kind of used it. It's just so weirdly. I mean, like they clearly don't really, either they didn't know how to do web development or they were just doing like the cheapest solution they possibly could without doing a lot of effort. But I'm here to show you what effort looks like. So what I'm doing is I'm setting up the system here where we have these sections of data that I can go in, like, or Jacob could go in and he could mess with. Like we have, for instance, I set this up where I could set a CRT or basic effect on the background. You can see here, this is where I was testing it. So there's like a little bit of content on the left there. And I'm just going to work my way through all these different pieces. Another thing that I just recently started to do is set up what's called SCSS. It's, I don't remember what the S stands for, but it's like style sheets on crack, basically. Crack style sheets. You see, it gives like reusable style sheets. And now I'm going to see if I can get these blocks of sections to replicate some of the things that we already have on our website. I'm not going to put any real content in. I don't think. But I mean, who knows? Maybe I will. Okay. So let me go look at the website that I need to copy, basically. The first thing I think I want to do is on Alterium Shift, the Alterium Shift site. I don't really care about the image embed. I guess I could do this one. Nah, I'm going to do something a little bit simpler. I'm going to start with this sort of like content embed block. Because all it is really is just like a contained slider of some sort. Actually, it's actually a slider, not even a content embed. So we'll just start with the slider and see what we can get. Oops, that's not what we want. Go forward, not back. So we'll get our developer tools all set up here. Actually, I kind of don't like, I don't love this being on the right-hand side, but it does force the mobile perspective, which is nice because this will tell me what the site's going to look like on a phone or a tablet, and sort of how it scales between the two. When I was your age, back when in the early days of web development, not only did we not have consoles, but we didn't have to worry about mobile formats. It was not a thing. No one cared. No one browsed the internet on a phone. And if they did, it was really bad. It was just like pure text and stuff. That's how old I am. So we're going to go look at this block. And I'm going to see if I can create something that looks, relatively similar to this thing. Okay, so first off, content title. I think I can change my code so it already has a content title. So we have this thing called text block. I think this is what I'm going to use for the section to start with. I'm just going to make a text block with something surrounding it. This is just a template, essentially, the Alterium Shift template on dratsygames.com. Where is... Oh, no, I need to go to the index, I think. Here we go. This is the index. So H2, just the first thing I'm going to do is just give it a class, I think. What's it called? Content title, white shadow. So for the moment, I'm just going to steal this. I think one of the things that I'm going to end up doing at some point is for some of these like common styles, if this needs to be configurable, I'll just add another field we can change, basically. Okay. So we have the content title. That should give us the sort of white shadowed look. Let me see what else there is here, because I think there's other things on the site that is important. And what I'll do, just so I don't have to keep jumping back and forth, is I'll get the website up on my other screen. So while I'm working on the code, I don't have to jump back and forth. All right, so we have class inner. Do we have an inner class? That's a section inner. I don't know if I want section inner. Let me see here. I don't remember if we had a section inner versus a class inner in this code. No. So a class inner would be dot inner. Also not in existence. Interesting. Let me take a look here. Div.inner. Okay. So this was part of the old code, I think. Just see if there's any like inner at all. No. Okay. Let's go take a look at this. Inner. Div inner. There we go. Is there more than one inner? Oh, God. Look at all the inners. So, I wonder if I could just steal that? Trailer inner. So this is like all of the inners. Oh, fudge. Max width 840 pixels. So these are doing it by the media size, I guess. Yeah, Nirwanda, I'm doing nerd stuff. I'm doing the non-game dev nerd stuff. I'm doing the web development stuff. I also happened to make my life harder. How many inners are there here? Oops. There's 6 of them. I'm guessing there's 1 per section. How different are they? Oh, they're different. All of them are different. Oh, that's obnoxious. Look at this crap. Position relative. Position relative. So they all have a relative. That's good. But they all have a different max width. They all have the same Z index. Okay, that's good. And the same margin, but they have different widths. It's just dumb. Okay, so so stupid. Oh man. Okay. Now the one thing I'm noticing is their media settings, with the exception of one of these, they all they all have the same width. And they all have this similar padding, kind of. So I think I can like steal some of this a little bit for their media settings. So I'll just take a representative example here. We're just gonna steal this. Because I don't want to go back, right? I don't look back, it distracts from the now. So I'm going to put this in here. Where's our media? Is there a media here? Media. Oh, they don't have a media setting at all. That's interesting. Okay, okay, okay. Where's our section then? Content frame slider. Is there a section in here? Oh God, no, there isn't. Okay. I thought I had it. I thought I had a section. Sections. Reset. Remove. No, 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 no. Okay. So then that would mean I have to redo it. Hold on. I did kind of cheat before I started streaming. I was like, well, not right before, but at some point right after work today, I'm like, oh, I should go and refactor all of this stuff. It'll be easy. But I'm trying to do this by stealing existing code as opposed to completely building it from scratch again. So that does put a little damper in some of my stuff. Content frame slider. Including I want to see if it's going to be able to come up with like a standard. I like to mean we're not doing this because it's easy. We're doing it because we thought it would be easy. Yeah, that's legitimate. Okay. So we'll include the reusable styling. Yeah, let's screw your face off. Okay, we'll try this. Just want to get a starting point. We're just going to push it straight to production. We'll do it live because I couldn't get the stupid redirect nonsense to work properly. Oh, that's not the right one. Let's go here. All right. So let's just make sure we got the actual section settings in here. Oh no, go back. I think I put section on this, didn't I? Section ID team. No, I still called it section inner because I'm dumb. All right. We're not going to call it section inner. That's stupid. Why would you do that? We're going to call it just inner. Was way more clear. Div class inner, baby. That's right. Ooh woo. All right, we're going to be an innie, not an outie. Oh, I see. There's a section type. Content frame. I'm going to shove a content frame around something. Let me go put it on my text block, I think. Class, text block, content frame. All right. So we'll upload this puppy and we'll upload that puppy. And let me tell you, it's going to be a little rough. Get it? Because it's puppy. Monty's Pee-wee's Playhouse. Don't say the word of the day. The S is for sucks. At least you guys don't have to wait for like compilation time. Look at the headings are bigger. That's more like it. The content frame isn't there, but that's okay. We'll work our way up to it. I'm getting messages from Jacob because he wants me to look at something. Oh, that's cute. Cute. Question mark. Okay. Anyway, so let's go back here. We do have the. We don't have the. Ooh, where is it? Content frame. Okay, so we do have content frame. But content frame does not have an image associated with it. Let me go look at how it's set up here. So the thing that we need is default frame BG. I got to see where this gets set. Oh, it's just white. Correct. Okay. That's just a color. I don't need like the background image. That's something I don't know. This is like a new thing for me to deal with is how do these variables work? This is right now just giving it like a white background, but how does it put an image in it? So I want to find out. This is my chat GPT. My chat GPT. Oh, come on. So what I've learned is that if the browser window somehow goes outside of my screen, everything just borks. And I don't know why it is, but like if I don't put it outside the screen, it works fine. But if it is outside the screen, it like goes bork, 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 bork. So these are some of the things I was trying to figure out how to do. Like, how do you do background stuff? How do you set the image? But I don't see the image in here at all, actually. I guess I could do... That's the background image of the template. Oh, no, that's the full background image. That's the thing that you see. But I want to know how I make the border. That's what I got to figure out. So... I'm not going to use ChatGPT. I'm just going to do it live. I'm just going to do it the hard way, and then I'll try to make it less hard. Ooh. Try to soften it up a little bit. I don't know why I think that's funny. All right, so let's see here. So what I'm going to do here, I guess I'll show you guys what I'm going to do. Because we already have a working site, what I'm really trying to do is just take pieces of the working site and get it working here. So what I want next, waffles and syrup. Thank you for the 9 bits. How are you doing today? All right. So let's see here. Go to your home. Where is it? I think it is here. Oh, it's a slider. That's why. It's got in slider information. Here it is. Okay, so they use this. It's called div inner. So there is their inner one. And that's where they do this stupid content frame. I don't think I even have the content frame in here. Do I? No. Okay, I don't have it. So do I have the default frame? And then the default frame background right now is a color. But I don't want it to be a color. I want it to be an image. So I think I can steal what we have and see if I can just get it to show. It's not like the most ideal, but if it works for now, because at least it's in a variable. I got to do it like in quotes, maybe. No. Let's see if this works. I'll just deploy that. I'm good. I'm good. It's been a minute. A lot of minutes, hasn't it? Many minutes. You've been following for a while, but you've said 3 things on the channel. I'm working on web dev tonight instead of game dev, because why not? Let's go back to my site here. This is the old one. This is the new one. Let's reload. Did we get it? Did we get the inner? I think it is called inner. Did I call it inner? Let's see. I call it something else actually. Frame. It's called content frame. Okay, we're gonna add the right actual title here. Oh, it is there. So I wonder why it's not showing the image. There's 2 things that could be going on. One could be caching, but I doubt it's a caching related issue. I think what's happening is something else. Okay. Because we have content frame. So it could be that that variable is not working. Let's go find inner. I want to filter here actually. So it's not even triggering the variable. I guess I could put like a hard-coded version of it. So let's copy this link. Copy. Link address. There we go. I have no idea if there's anything that's being shared right now that shouldn't be. I think it's okay. I don't think there's anything that's like super top secret or anything. All right. So content frame. Background. Oh, because this is background color, right? That's a problem. Background image. Let's try that. There's no deployment process happening, which is good. Or no build process that happens. So I'm not seeing the image show up on here. Actually, not even seeing content frame, which is concerning me. Because it's there, div class content frame, but the content frame class is not being triggered. How would it not trigger that? Let's go back here. Oh, border image source. That's what I need. Okay. Border image source. And then I think it needs to have like a URL Wrapper tag. Yeah, okay. Worst case, I'll just steal what's there. I like the idea of using the variables, but if I'm having too many issues getting it to work, I'll just YOLO it. Oh no, I'm lacking my credit card information. It's okay. I get warned if people are suspiciously using it. Nowadays, it is harder for people to like get your card and do crazy stuff as long as you're paying attention. If you're not paying attention, oof, watch out. So I'm not seeing the content frame being used. So we have all the root variables. That's good. There's no URL. URL. I'm not even seeing the CSS being used at all. I'm gonna take a look at this. This is the style.scss. Maybe what I'll do, default frame background. Content frame. What do we like? Div dot? I don't have this in sort of a child. So it should work. I don't know why this was working. Maybe what do we call it, Chubby? I know a recent change actually made a change, so that's also good. So let's go back here. Is there anything that I'm missing? Doesn't have any of these imports, which is a problem. Make sure the imports are here too. We could probably throw in these HTML settings. I don't know if they're necessary, but I suppose for consistency's sake. Why is it doing this? I hear my kids getting in trouble right now with my wife. It's hilarious. Okay. Import headfoot. Okay. Yeah. We'll just copy and paste that over. These other things I'll steal later. This is the developer section. Doesn't matter. These are all the wishlist settings. Doesn't matter. That's hero settings. I don't think any of these other ones should matter as much. Steam. No. The rest of these should be okay. But it could be like all the different imports weren't there and it was causing some weird issue. I'm pretty sure this is actually importing it up there, or like uploading it. Okay. The other thing I forgot to do was go here. Div.inner. This should still work. I don't know why it wouldn't. There's the classes that have no like this is just out there in the open. I could give it an ID and see if that changes something about it, but oh, look at that. You're gonna complain at me? Could not resolve? Screw your face. Pretty sure this was in there before. Yeah, so this is how they had it written before. Oh, they put it in quote. Okay. Yeah, of course. This is how it was written before. I might need this like an after thing, but I don't know if that really matters. Okay. That's my equivalent of rebuilding. So I'm a little curious why this is not picking up on the classes. Okay, I don't know if I can zoom this in. Okay, here we go. I can. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. I don't know how well this is going to be for everybody, but it's a better for my eyes too because it's so tiny. All right, so let's go look at our. Oh, that's probably why. There's still no frame. Let's go look at our computed settings. It's really strange that this is not picking up on the class because this is being picked up on, I believe. If we go here, we can see that it is actually getting those variables. And I'm pretty sure that it's recompiling it when it does it. I don't think there's any special process I have to run to recompile the SCSS. The SCSS. I mean, I guess I could just shove it in here. Let's do this. We'll do add a new class. Even though you're supposed to have a content frame class. It's okay. It's okay, code. We can make this work. Why are you not giving me... There it is. I added it twice. Perfect. Exactly what I wanted to do. Copy rule, copy selector. Screw it. I'll just do it. Okay, now I don't know if this would work anyway, because I think that this has to be the path that's relative. So let me go back to here and steal this one. Oh my God. Now I remember why I don't like doing web development. A lot of little fidgety crap. Did we get a border yet? Nope. Does this work? No, because Alterium Shift. Although I could be able to steal it. Yeah, it does steal it from alteriumshift.com. That's good. So I can steal the Alterium Shift one. But the content frame is still not framing it up. So what is going on here? What other settings do I need for a content frame? Border radius, box shadow. I guess I could steal all these things. I think I need these ones at least. There we go. Okay. So a couple values we're still missing, but we have shown that we would see something here. The border is a bit too small. I'm pretty sure the border's like in the real one is much larger. I don't even like the image that we have right now for this background, but we make do. I think I'm going to be changing it, but right now I just need to get it working. Okay, so let's see here. We have the inner. Was it inner? Was it? No, it was here, I think. Yeah. So they use a border image width and repeat and a bunch of other things that they don't use in the other ones. Okay, that's cute. We're just going to steal these. Position absolute. I don't care about that. Top right, bottom, nope. Border image slice and fill. I'm probably going to need those two. This is another way, if anyone ever wants to do web development, because once I have this functioning, I should be able to copy and paste it into my CSS. Pointer events? No. What's your point? I don't know if the Z and X matters, but... Come on. How are you doing this? There you go. So padding shouldn't matter. What else is going on here? Border image width. Border width. Usually this is not so persnickety to edit, but for some reason it's... Hey, Staff. What's up? So this is the border. It doesn't look like it's actually using the image, though, which is also interesting. It must not be doing it because it's like a cross-site scripting issue. Let's try this. No. Let's see if I can get rid of the... Everything else should be the same because I'm pretty sure that's in there. Why is it? Border image source. Is there some other border image source that's taking over? Can make it important. Pretty sure I got that image there. I'm gonna go find out. How you do? Oh, OMG! What's up? Pretty good. Just doing some web dev, you know, showing how incompetent I am with web development. It's fantastic. This isn't even working. I want to go look at the images here. So this is a story about a girl. Content frame. So it's there. Should be there. Let's just push it up again, just for sanity's sake. Should be there. I don't know why the border image source is not working. What do we have for here? Border image source. Yes, yes, yes. Sort of like Jack Nicholson going. Oh, weird. What the flip is this? Content themes dot? What is this freaking annotation here? It's so weird. It's like it requires some weird sub. I don't know why they make it so hard to edit this stuff. I don't know why they do it. It always drives me nuts. It's like you got to find just the right place or you're screwed. Thank you for the follow. Follow? Is that a follow or is it a subscription? Thank you, Grand Poilu, for the subscription. Ooh, I should go put you in our web code. You're going to be immortalized in web code. Did you follow and you subscribed? Thank you so much. Well, I have a tradition of putting people into the code. So now I'm going to put you in the code. Thanks. Thank you, Grand Polu, for the Prime Gaming subscription. I don't know if this will show up in the actual website. I guess we'll find out. But there you go. You're there. You're immortalized in there. Okay, I don't know what's going on here, but what I'll do is I'll just copy it so I don't lose it and put it into the actual CSS. Like that. I really don't know what's going on with that. Why can't you resolve content frame? There's a difference between URI and URL. Yes. 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 But that's what it said before. What do you want me to say, dudes? I never looked at PHP. I'm more of a C#. Yeah, Yeah. Yeah. I wouldn't say you're missing out on anything. It's, PHP is interesting. For sure. I could just get this thing to work. Normally I work on game development. So normally I'm working on Alterium Shift, which is the game I do when I stream. But I'm trying to get our not publishing website, oh my gosh, our game studio website up and running. And what I'm doing is we already have our game website and I'm sort of basing it off of that, but then I'm trying to engineer it because that's what I do. But I'm having a bit of a problem right now getting the CSS to compile this stupid class for some reason. And I don't know why it's having so many issues. Because it's just basic, like class-based CSS stuff. Like that should be the class, but it's not picking up on it for some reason. And I am doing something slightly different with the web development. Normally, I would like to have a local development environment where I can build and test things. Unfortunately, I'm lazy. And so I'm doing this like complete old school. Basically, I'm uploading it straight to the server. This is like 2004 Motzi. This is, classic Motzi. Back in my day, we used to just do it live. That's not. I also honestly didn't even do it back in my day. Back in my day, I was like, "There's no way I'm going to push this live. I need a way to test it." But right now, I'm doing it live because it's a marketing website. No one cares. I mean, I care, but whatever. So we know that content frame is getting in there. I could make it an ID and see if that forces it to be detected. I can also see that other things that I've changed show up in here. So it's weird that it's not detecting this. What I could do as a test. What is this? Little color? Oh, it's showing the colors. Oh, this is this. Oh. Maybe I have to compile the style. That would be kind of funny, actually. No, because they don't have the frame in here. Let's look at background. Okay, so they don't have it in their style CSS. They don't have the background image stuff in here, which is interesting. So I could look at what we have here and look for inner piece. Div.inner. Yeah, okay. Okay, so here's like the general section content. Oh, look at that. Did that get compiled this way? Because look at this general section, TR slider. I wonder if this got compiled. If I were to just upload this, what would happen? YOLO. Nothing. I've had a problem with CSS before while trying to use that. Never knew why, but I fixed it. I just removed the picture and putting it back. Yeah, sometimes it's caching related. Some of the, if you're doing it like live in a browser like I am, the caching can be pretty darn aggressive. It's really hard to invalidate it. That's why like I'm hitting reload a bunch, because usually if you reload something a bunch, it's supposed to invalidate the cache. Still not giving me the, oops, spelled it wrong, general. I mean, it's definitely trying to do something because it changed the layout, but it's not giving me, here's the general section stuff. I wonder if I have to compile the CSS. It kept asking me if I wanted to compile it. I'm like, no, don't compile it. Don't do that. And now I'm like, maybe I should have allowed it to. Want composer. Where's the there's Docker. Vagrant. Yeah. Don't care about it. Oh, I wonder if I could look at it. Create a request in an HTTP client. Oh, I see. That's just a REST API. Never mind. Their setting turn off the cache completely for local development. It helps a lot, at least in some browsers. Yeah, I mean, I could just go to incognito mode because that wouldn't save. But it's not what's happening in this case. There's something else going on because some of the changes I made do show up. I guess I could prove it. Where's the heading setting? There's general section. Sliders. Let me go back to this thing here. Character div inner. What did I call it? Did I call it inner or did I call it something else? I mean, it could literally be like I was editing the SCSS and that wasn't going to change anything, which would make a whole lot of sense why none of my changes seem to be breaking anything. Let me go back to text block. I call it content frame. All right. I might just download what they have too, but let's find out. Can I collapse this thing? No, I can't. If I could, I don't know how to do it. So I'm just gonna go to the bottom, I think. I'll just steal what I put into my SCSS and I'll see if that makes it work. For some reason, I assumed that their SCSS stuff gets compiled automatically, but maybe it doesn't. It could literally be that none of this stuff worked. Just like, oh, that would be really funny. I try to be helpful. Good night. All right. Thanks for your attempt at help. Appreciate it, Randomness. All right, let's see what happens. There you go. So the real problem was I was editing the wrong file. Classic web dev problem. Have a good night, Disillusionist. I got the border to show. It's not pretty, but you know, just like me, we make it work. This is the title. This is the content frame. Okay. So let's find out what's going on with this content frame now. It's so weird that this border isn't working. I wonder why it's not working though. Specifies the image used instead of the border styles given by border style properties. But why is it being overridden? So it definitely has an image. But there's something that's like, there's some other thing that's taking the place of this. There's like all the border related things. No, that's not what I wanted. I don't want to add a new class. What are you? What do we got? Okay, so this one that's causing a problem. I immediately overrode it with a different border setting. Perfect. Okay. But we have it now. Okay. Okay. Okay, okay, okay. So I'm guessing someone had this style SCSS and then they just never used it. They just went and hard coded it. That's just so funny to me. Okay. Anyway, we got it. Yay! We have a border. I'm so happy. Go web dev. Now we just need to do the rest of the styling. So we have a content frame. What are the things we have in this? This is doing a slider, but I don't think the slider stuff matters. The whole notion is, the other thing that I try to do when I have layouts is make as generic of a solution as I can with the minimal effort. So if I have to change it for any reason, I don't have to change it by using an ID. Because IDs are supposed to be unique. You're supposed to only have one ID of a type in your CSS. You can have, I guess technically you could have multiple IDs used. Like it could be developer, but they would use the exact same CSS then. IDs are supposed to be for like very specified and unique settings, but a border thing like this shouldn't be special. You're not a special little butterfly. So I think that inside here, I can't remember what is the thing that it uses for the color. That's not it. Is it? No, that's a highlight color. So it's a slick slide. That's the background color right there. Okay. I'm just going to steal this background color. I don't know if I put it in here, if that will do anything. Let's see. Hey, what do web devs do? They kind of do what I do, but more efficiently. Or sometimes not, you know? Yellow. Okay, so the other problem is like, see how there's edges here? I have to use masking. How do they do it? Let's see. Oh, I think it might actually have to do with their padding. Yeah. So the reason they have the frame so big is they didn't actually use the border as a mask. And so what they actually did was they made enough padding so the tips of the inner color were underneath. It's so funny. Okay. So then what do we have? We have the content frame. Can I maybe I put it, no, that's inner. Okay, so this is, I wonder if I can add masking to this somehow. Or I think it's called overflow hidden. No. Overflow X, Y. Is there another setting I can use for it? Auto initial revert layer. What does that do? Never even heard of these ones. Auto? No. So it's going to be the overflow of anything inside of it. It's not going to be the overflow of the background color. So that would mean is there another way? Let's see. Border radius. Let's see what other settings we got. Border image slice. I never got to work with this stuff because it's like newer. Okay. That's the thing that supplies the image. You see how it's like creating the That's cool. I don't know what number it was. Was it 35? Then background color. I wonder if I could do something here. Border radius doesn't do anything, looks like. Oh, it does do something, actually. Oh, that's interesting. So the border radius actually seems to help. Okay. See how it gets rid of the line? There you go. There you go. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. I bet you if I made it like 30. Look at that. So pretty. Huh. We're learning again. All the things I forgot. The one thing I liked about doing front-end development is that if you're just methodical, it's really not so bad. You just can't look at the crap and say, oh my God, it's crap. Because, well, yeah, it is. But at the same time, it's not too hard to fix. So, for instance, I think that one of the problems in here, I could either use margins or padding. Look at the pretty code. So padding, I'm going to do teaching, I guess. Padding is what you do to things that are inside of you. You think of it like downward effect. So all the children get affected by your padding. And if you do margins, the margins are the children deciding what they do with themselves. So if I increase the padding on this, which I don't have any padding, which is part of the problem, then it'll move things around inside of it. Yeah. So for now, I'll just do like complete padding. I'll just make it like 10 pixels, right? So then, you know, right now it's doing it by square. So you can see that it's like, but, you know, usually the left hand and the right hand padding is going to be different. So what I probably actually want is, I'll expand this up. So padding top could be, why won't you let me modify individual padding? Stupid piece of junk. We'll do 5 on top. 5, 10, 10. Okay. So then I think it'll let me edit them now. No, why doesn't it let me edit it individually? That's annoying. Okay. Because I never remember like what left and right is. That must be the right padding or the bottom padding. So then we'll do, that's the bottom padding. Okay. We'll put it to 5, I guess. And then this must be the left padding. Okay. And we'll make left padding 20, I guess. That's good enough for now. And the great thing is about this sort of stuff is you can always change it. I mean, it's not that big of a deal. Oh my God. Why did it not copy? Come on. Copy. Copy value? You can always do like individual ones if you want to mess with the individual padding, but so then obviously the heading is not the right color. What did they do? They just use like a white, I guess. Okay. I bet you they have some kind of internal heading or color that they use. Let's see. Maybe here. What is this? Turn-based combat. H3. Okay. So they use a text box setting. I'll bet you I could just make a text box setting then. I think I could just make this, have text box, content frame, and we'll just call it text box. I think, is that what they call it? Text box? No, all one word. Yeah. Okay. That's fair. That's on me. We'll do it live. Oh, crud. I forgot to set. Did I not set that setting? What? Thought I set the padding. Oh, I did it. Did I do it in here? No. Oh, I never pushed the style. Oops. Turn-based combat? Is this a Pokemon clone? Yes. You're talking about the website? The website is a Pokemon clone. Yeah. Okay. So apparently the text box did not do anything for me. Oh, right. Because of this. So what I could do is just get rid of all this crap. Yes, our game is exactly like Pokemon. It's not. I'm just being facetious. You like my keyboard SMR? ASMR? KSMR? Kissamar, baby. Okay, so now I think the real problem here is this is using a WYSIWYG, and I'll bet you that it's doing something with the content. Inner class, here. Let's see. Are we not getting text box? There's content frame. Content frame dot text box. Yes. Why is it not showing the other text box settings? I closed. Thank you for the follow. A username that is good. I'm glad that when you're saying it was, please make sure you pick a username that is good. It is there. It says text box. I wonder why it wouldn't be. It's supposed to pick up on that. Really? It's going good. KSMR. 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 I guess I could like move this. I'll put it at the bottom. Screw it. It should not require me to do a sub selector. As long as it is a text box, it should be okay. It's really weird that it would not be selectable. Again, the only other thing I could think of is I could do like h3.textbox. I didn't do it. Yeah, I think it's because it's WYSIWYG. So there's the editor is actually a WYSIWYG editor here. And I wonder if this is what, no, it's not WYSIWYG though. Team, oh yeah, it is. Yeah. No, it isn't. No, it isn't. No, it's not. Be a better heading. Why? Question mark. There's not coloring it for some reason. So I could give it another, like, an inner class, I suppose. Content title, yeah. Team, content frame, and text box. Text box is in my stupid CSS. Oh, there it is. Yeah, okay. I keep forgetting that I filtered. So the problem is something is overriding the text box, I think. The color. Selection. Let's see what this is getting. This should be, okay, so this is text box. Yeah, so it is getting the text box. Font size is fine. Look at computed colors. Why is the color computing though? What is it coming from? It's coming from the body. Could make it important. I don't see why. Oh, I didn't put color. That's why. Oh, God. So where did the color come from? I mean, I can set the color of text box, I suppose. I really would prefer to use a color that's set from the tool set, like from the templating system. But I suppose for now I can just set the color here. Color We'll just do that. And the other great thing is like, yeah, there's better places I can put things. But a lot of it is you get, as long as I can get it looking, then I can move things around. Can I hear a bit of what you're making? I recently gained interest in game dev. Oh, uh-oh. We got errors. I didn't even see that. 1 second. Yeah, so this is, right now I'm making a website. The game that I'm making is called Alterium Shift. I'm not actually in the Unity stuff right now because I'm working on our our studio website. But this is the game, Alterium Shift. So it's a retro style JRPG turn-based combat. with a bunch of goodies. If you go look at our Twitter, we also have, let's see, Twitter. We just recently got, well, not recently. We knew in advance, but it was just recently announced that we're going to be at the Winter Games Expo, the OTK Winter Games Expo. So I think if you go look at this here, who else is going to be there? I haven't even looked, honestly. Dark Deity 2, that's cool. Chroma Gun. Oh, I thought it was Chroma Gun. Chroma Gun 2. Die Hard, that's cute. Dawn of Defiance, that's neat. Look at all the talent. We're going to be there, apparently. Atomic Owl, that's cool. I don't know what Voyagers of Nira is. What is these guys? That's a neat one, too. Inspired by the classic like Cyberpunk and Final Fantasy 15. Our game is inspired by more classic than that. More like SNES era games. But, you know, I need to get our publisher. God, why do I keep saying the word publisher? Get our studio website. Because even though we have the Alterium Shift website, which I need to go back and fix up, I got to get this stupid thing solved too. You know, we need some way to manage our website better. So I'm slowly working my way to making reusable components. The way that this site works, every one of these sections is hard coded and static. And I'm like, oh, I don't want to manage that way. So I'm not going to long term. I'm going to make a way to make it so we can, you know, just go in and make changes. So that's what I'm doing here. You can see how these are like two of the same type of sections, but they're reusable. Why? Woo! That's good though. Now I've at least figured out where one of the problem children was about the settings. What if I could get the slider set up? Give some in-slider information. Maybe I should take a break from web dev. Web dev's hurting my brain. Go do like game dev. I have to switch my titles and stuff around. This was the biggest pain in the butt just to get this with the color. Just to figure out that it was the CSS. I can't believe I was spending all that time working on the SCSS stuff and it was always this one giant CSS file. Oh, look at that. I don't care. Why do you keep showing me yourself? Why do I keep seeing this? I don't want to see that. I don't care. Stop showing it to me. I think I am going to switch gears. Working on the web development on stream wasn't as fun as I thought it would be. I forgot all the back and forth you have to do. I'm going to go back to the game dev stuff. Hold on. Just dumb. Just dumb. Let's go open things up. Writer. There we go. Any content's good for me. It's not really even for people. It's for me, my brain. Like what my brain wants to do. I do have this weird switch in my brain where when I'm working on something and I accomplish, like I hit an accomplishment, my brain stops. It's like, okay, you accomplished a thing. Now you can stop. You don't have to think about it anymore. You need to take a break and come back to it later. I don't know why it is. It is universally a problem for me, or maybe like a natural relief valve or something. Anyway, I'm going to change my stuff back. Retro RPG dev. More battle stuff. Excuse me. game development, Unity, 3D, C Sharp. That's good enough. I don't think my settings can update for YouTube. So people coming in on YouTube be like, why is he doing game dev? I thought he was going to be doing web dev. And I'll be like, yo to the low, yo. Oops, that's not the right one. There we go. All right, back to the game dev life, which I have to remember what game dev life we were doing. When we last saw our heroes, we were working on, battle stuff, I guess. Hey, stuff. Too bad you're not streaming tonight. I'd come raid you and then talk to you for another hour about nothing. Just about anything or something. That would have been fun. Woulda, coulda, shoulda, my friend. Did I stream on Tuesday? Wait, today's Tuesday. Today's Tuesday? Okay. So, I thought today was Saturday. Oh my God. This whole time, I thought I was having a Saturday stream night. Wow. That web dev, man, it messes you up. Sends you into a time warp or something. Ooh, buddy. Anyway, so I was working on this whole system for the battle. So I've been sort of revising how our battles work and a way to have nodes that represent the actions that take place. And I'm basically rebuilding some core infrastructure of the system. Gosh. And by the way, good, a username that's good. So what do you do? I forgot to ask you about, like, what's your background? You said you're interested in game dev. Are you different? Do you do other things that are not game dev related? Do you come from a different background? You just created your account. You're like brand new. Are you somebody I know? Because you're like new here. It's always Saturday somewhere. That's not true. I have a friend of mine. I'm like, hey, I want to geek out and show you some game dev. How you doing, Lopar? Okay, so I'm going to go to look at, I think, my target resolver. That's what I'm going to do. Target resolver. Base target. Oh, map target resolver. That's what I want to do. Okay. So the how are you, Lopey? Loparoonie? So I have so the way that I do the battle system is through a node-based solution that I built around the existing battle system. And one of the problems that I have is, like, context is important. Actually, what's really funny about this is that at my day job, we're talking a lot about how you manage context even in a web application, or like container, dependency injection containers. So mostly trying to refactor a bloated old class with 108 properties. Yes. Well, we have some classes at the day job that are like 20 dependency deep, 20 different things that get dependency injected on the service or whatever it is. And even though it's not necessarily functionally better to move that into one dependency, the idea is if you have 20 dependencies and you're going to break things apart, you can separate them into contexts that are relevant, as in a relative grouping of things that you might need to use. It's not a literal amount, not an exact. That's literal. Yeah, I know. I mean, there's 2,000 line functions or methods in this code base. So They're not mine. I would never write 2000. Not since the early 2000s would I write that many lines of code on a single method. So I have to figure out if I'm in the context of a battle or not. And then that's going to affect how content is resolved. And I think that I'm going to make the map target resolver do it. I'm still in grade school. I'm planning on going to KCTC for digital animation and game programming. Oh, that's cool. That sounds like a lot of fun. I think this day and age, you could get into game development through school. It's really much harder when I was going through school. And also, game dev it's not a very lucrative business. Game developers are expected to work long hours for lower pay than their B2B business equivalent. And yet, I want to go into game dev from being in the B2B business side of things. Okay, so show is player, is follower. What I want to do... God, I wish I could make the resolver like switch into map. I don't really want to nest this. Okay, don't overthink it. Motzi. I am okay with this not being perfect. This is my mantra. I'm okay with imperfections. I can just make code work. It doesn't have to be the best solution ever. You can make this happen, Motzi. You can do this. We can do this. We can make it work. We can make it work. Or I could do a battle target resolver that swaps. Maybe I'm going to do that, actually. So it's going to be like the move command. Is that what it is? Oh, but I want the target. No. I'm going to do it this way. Okay. We're going to make a public bool is battle get set. 3 execs at Warner will have to buy 1 less gold-plated yacht because of Suicide Squad. Yeah, poor people. How sad of them. Show player option and oops. And not is battle. So that won't show because we're not gonna have a player. And then show follower option and not is battle. Basically. It's a little bit extra work, but yeah. Whatever. And then this won't matter because follower, I should probably still say not is battle, but oh no. Show if is follower and not as battle. I hope they'll be okay out there with the silver-plated yacht. Okay, so then we need to figure out when the editor loads what we're going to do here. I believe I have a method that is used to set. No, I don't have a setup. Okay. Oh, I do have a setup. Okay. So setup needs to get the context. Okay, got it. So public, because I do it here. Crap. Public override setup. Public virtual. Okay. Nope. I think that's how it's going to work, because I think we don't want to have different setup methods. So setup is just going to pass in the context, and then we're going to say if context is that. Nope, I don't care about that at all. If context is battle craft context container. So if it's not battle, everything's going to be the other context, right? So we'll say is battle equals true. And then otherwise, and actually I'm not even going to put an else. One of my favorite patterns is this. Don't use else's if you don't have to. So I always do like, okay, well, you know, usually when there's an else is like a default other thing. Jacob's messaging me. I told him I was streaming, and then he started texting me. I'm like, oh, I want to find this out. Okay. So then what should happen, because we're on a battle graph, just use 20 nested ifs. Yeah, that's how it was like back in the day, how I used to code. The thing was, what I recall from my youth of programming is I always thought that there had to be better ways, but I never knew how to do it. So it always frustrated me having to do things that were repetitive or have like inefficient code. And it just like, there's just like niggling thing in the back of my head, always wanting to find a better way. I have junior developers and mid-level and senior developers, and there's plenty of developers out there who don't give a flip. They just don't give a flip. And it's not like they don't care about coding, but like, I can't seem to help people understand that like you should be thinking there's got to be a better way. There should always be a thought in your head. Can we do this a better way? Let me think here. So I think it's like node, base node. I think I already have this set up. Let me think here. Build resolvers. No. Where did I do this? I know I made a method to build the resolvers, but I don't remember where I did it. Would it be in a node? Or would it be in the... Oh, it's in the commands. Right? Node command. Set up resolvers. Okay. So where did I end up calling this from? Setup resolvers gets called from on setup, which gets called from here. So the only other thing we have to do then is in the base node for each command, we need something in here that does setup. Okay. Which would happen from init. Ah, here we go. I already had it. Okay. Command dot setup. I actually don't want to do on setup though. Okay. Because on setup is really for runtime commands. So I need like the non-runtime setup method, which was init. Oh. I already had it. Okay. I remember I started down this path, but I got like sidetracked, basically. Okay. So this should give me what I want, I think. Find out. Now, unlike the web development, we cannot just go and look at the changes immediately. We gotta wait. Not that the web development was going any faster. Let's be real here. I think it would go faster if I was doing it local development, because like the just boom, 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 I could go back and forth. But I'm not building things from scratch, it creates a whole different experience when I'm trying to take existing things, because I have to learn the code that exists and then apply it, as opposed to just building it from scratch. Maybe it would have been better to build it from scratch, but sometimes I have to relearn the hard way again and again and again. Okay, so now what is going on here? Let me see here. Move actor. The context of this graph should be a battle context. So let me think about, where do we define this graph? This graph is action graph, battle action graph. Oh, okay. So I don't have anything here that's setting it up like it is a battle context. Okay. Graph context container. Create context. Okay. Public, override, create context, new battle graph context container. So for now, I'm just going to use that. At least it'll give me something. Is this a single person project or a team project? It's a team project. The primary people on the team are me and my partner Dras Ray, although we do have an extended team. We have a couple developers that occasionally support us. We have some artists. We have a very talented musician. We have someone who does all the key art. So everyone that works on is like, they're not even part-time. It's like sometime. We do commissions for all the different pieces we need. Okay. Look at that. Okay. Context works. Now there's no information in the context that's useful right now, but that's okay. Cause now I have like the flow, basically. I have some unpaid cheerleaders. Go Dev. Well, you are paid. You pay me. You're a paying cheerleader. Since you subscribe to the channel. Technically, I work for you, Lopar. You're my boss. All right. So we got the target resolve. We're working now. Oopsie daisy. Now we're gonna make the concept of the data. Now, where should the information live? That is the question. In order for it to be associated with the node as a target, I need it to be at least accessible from the context. So I think battle context is what's going to supply the targeting information. And I don't even know if I'm going to make something reusable. I'm not sure how, I don't know how often it's going to be that I'm going to need to have something really specially different. Okay, so then we're going to go into our map target resolver. And we're going to make a setting for the target name, I guess. Private street. Do you want to enumerate it? Should I enumerate it? If I did an enumerator, it would be a number. You can serialize enumerators though. So, do I have a battle target? Battle target enumerator. Character, party number, monster number. Okay. So this is the older battle target solution. Like how I have the enumerator here, but I have this battle. I should have put this in here. I don't know why I didn't do that. Battle action type, battle message, battle target modifier. Can I fix you? I never understand why it doesn't detect that I moved the file. Like, it doesn't see that I moved it for some reason. Yeah, just move it down there. Screw it. All right, have a good night. Thanks for stopping in. The username, that's good. So I think I'll put it in here, and I'll have to name it something that makes more sense. So we'll make an enumerator. Map battle target. There you go. We'll just start calling them map battles. So map battle target is going to be the current selected allies, enemies. Come on. Yeah, maybe. Okay. So selected could be more than one. Allies, enemies are the entire group. We have made an enumerator, which means for our map battle target, map target resolver, we can have a private map battle target. Boom, shakalaka. Serialize that field, baby. Serialize in the fields, cause we're gonna serialize. It is a value drop down. Value drop down. We're gonna value our drop downs. Let's enumerate our values. Yeah, baby. We're gonna end. I don't know what I'm doing anymore. I'm sorry. This is stupid. This is how I roll. Private I enumerable. Oh, is it? Maybe it's I enumerator. I enumerator. Enumerator rater. Can't remember what it is actually. Do I use enumerators or do I use enumerable? I could look at the walk. No. Target double command. I enumerable. Okay. Have you tried edenomators? No. Who does? Have you considered attending the Yandir dev coding seminars? No. I don't even know what that is. Is that like a joke thing or is it like a real thing? All right. So I suppose. Oh, I don't have to do it this way. I forgot that because they're enumerators. The enumerators are drop downs by default. So I don't really need a value drop down. The only reason I would need a value drop down is if there's some reason. I suppose if there were. Well, no, screw it. Let's just do that. I think you can do it this way. Is battle. Jacob's sending me all this stuff for our hush hush thing that I can't talk about yet. Let's give him something to talk about. One thing I really want to do at some point is redo the UI yet again. I like redoing UIs. Just you and I. Yandir Simulator was or is a game in development hell that became famous because the dev was terrible at coding, among other things. I'm not in the loop on that. I'm not enough of a game dev, I guess. Current selected allies and enemies. Perfect. So this is not wide enough, of course, but that's okay. Should I allow parallel processing? Maybe. Target ID? No. Definitely don't want a target ID. We'll say high diff is battle. There you go. Look at that. We'll also make it wider. So let me see with the walk node, because I think I'm going to need about as much space since it's equivalent to having a walk node. But not exactly. Move actor node. It's the move actor guild. I think I'm making progress. Now we just got to set up every possible node that we're going to need for battles, and we'll be set. That should take, what, a day? Something like that? All right. So this is what's interesting. This node is existing in a battle context, so it's showing the battle selection stuff. So this is the thing that took me a lot of thinking, and I know I'm going to still run into some weird issues, but I made the notion of a target resolver. What it means is, theoretically, based on context, I can set up different things that resolve differently. So if I were to put this on my current non-existent map graph, because this new graph system doesn't have map graphs yet, then it would show the targets that would be relevant to a map, which would be like the player or someone following the party, or some object on the map. But we're in battle, so in battle all we see is like battle target. Now I can also have non-battle related targets as well, but whatever. Okay, this is good. So now I need to make this into, I'm going to just do all the configuration first before I even worry about the execution of it. So now I need to make this into the equivalent of a walk node. Maybe. Let's save this thing. What I might do is go take like a snapshot of a walk node. it's because I'll go River North, my favorite one to go to. Because these things are pretty heavy. This is our walk node here. But we're making the move node, right? And what I'm going to do is I'll take a snap of this, so I just have like a picture. You can see we even have like targets, like 2 actor, 2 point. Or we just move in a direction. These are the things that tie into the Smile Game Builder. But I think what I'm going to end up doing is making my own movement. I'll probably steal from some of the existing stuff. But especially in battle, I don't really care about some of these things. I mean, I'm going to have to steal some things because I'm going to make a move on a map. I'm going to have to worry about some of these values. But go get some... All right. Just going to move this over to the side so I can look. Just so I have it as an eyeballer sort of thing. All right. So the first thing we need to worry about for Fight Club is the type of movement. So we have direction, point, and actor. I'm just gonna go blatantly steal these things. The one advantage is I steal a lot from what already exists. So we're going to go to the walk command. I mean, why rebuild it from scratch when there's plenty of things to steal? And I think I did a pretty darn good job, generally, of making some of this. This is a little complicated, I guess. Oh, walk option. Interesting. Okay, so this is... Oh, that's cute. I even put it in here. That's adorable. Let me see here. Node graph. Actor. So I'm going to call it like a... Do I have a move option? Let's see. No. So maybe I'll just make a move option. Does this need to be an enumerator outside of the class? Maybe. I'll put it outside of class. It's fine. Sorry. Earlier when I realized that it's not Saturday, my brain was like, oh, I have to work tomorrow. It's not just to stay up as late as I want night. Oh. Oops. Move option. There you go. So the reason I'm not reusing the same thing is because I might end up adding another thing on here, and I don't want it to be intricately linked to what the other thing does. So we have a move option, direction point, and actor. We might even just have something where there's an ancillary thing, like, because I want to have, for battle, you want to have like an arc of movement, for instance. Like you want to have someone jump to a spot. But there's no reason why that can't be part of regular movement either. And maybe it's not even going to be part of this. Maybe it'll be a different like movement type or something. Movement path? I don't know. I'll have to figure out how that's going to work. So we're going to do... We'll steal this and just call it move option. Uh-oh. OneDrive encountered an error, apparently. Oops. What's going on there? Yes, we're uh-oh, Movo. Okay. The move option. Nope, don't care about what you were formerly serialized as. You've not been serialized before. And then we have to have the grouping of the different directions, right? So we will steal all of this. We have direction, we have point, and we have to target, path, fixed direction. So these are all the ones I'm stealing. It's actually surprisingly not as many settings as I thought there would be. Walk direction. Where's that set up, I wonder? So this is an enumerator. I think I might end up reusing this for now. Where are you? You're just out there in the wild? Okay. Like a glove. All right, direction, steps, sure. Target, these are the position, targetable command. So this is going to be a map target resolver. See, this is where it gets interesting, right? That if, you know, because of the way this works, as long as the resolver exists, it'll get set up, I think, in theory, to resolve appropriately. What's walk path? Let's see. So this is going to change, I think. Is it going to change? I think. We have box, vertical or horizontal. That means it just goes up or down. Linear, dynamic. I guess not. I guess I could just sort of do the same thing I'm doing right now. I'll just keep stealing it. We'll just do it inside here. But the way it calculates will be different. At some point I want pathfinding, but it's just, we just haven't gotten there yet. Step by step. This is where one of my philosophies on really life, but development is just always have in your mind that you want to improve something. That's it. Don't punish yourself if you don't have time to improve it right now. Just always have it in your mind that it's going to happen. And at some point, theoretically, you have a chance. So you're saying there's a chance. This should be okay, actually. Let's go see what it looks like. I've got all the core pieces in place. It'll take me a little bit to get some of these nodes and stuff created and make them work. Uh-oh. Something is ambiguous. Oh, bollocks. Well, I want this to be mine. Mine? Mine? Uh-oh. No. No, I want you to be... Damn it. Okay. Don't be ambiguous. I might have to come up with a different name. Hello, what a weird name you have. Microservices. Hey, Mike, how you doing? Sign up microservices. I was working on some SaaS-based stuff earlier. Well, I was working on WordPress because I was just doing some basic website stuff, but decided to go back to game dev because, All right, look at all these problems. Group visibility, box group attribute, walk option. Oh, crap. I forgot about that. Let's see. That's not what I want. We want this one. Okay. Walk option. We're going to change walk option to move option. Oops. I think there's probably another... Is there another setting? Let's see. Walk option, move option. No, we're good. Okay. Try again. Excuse me. Don't worry, we just wait. I just decided to order some RAM upgrades. I hope that will help with things like builds. Although builds use the hard drive as well, so who knows. I lost my job at the bank. A woman asked me to check her balance, so I pushed her over. Oh, that's great. Move option dot direction. I thought I had direction. I do. Oh, I see. Has to be capital because it's using the enumerator. I've heard the bank joke before, but I do think it's funny. Dadoke. My wife threatened to divorce me when I said I was going to give our daughter a silly name. So I called her Bluff. Where do you take someone who's been injured in a peekaboo accident? To the ICU. Classic. So see, this is not working like I was hoping it would. Why would that not be? How am I not myself? This should be battle, which would mean, what would it mean? Let's see if it happens. Oh no. So when we create a node, it does not node its context. But we do know our graph. So I'm going to go and change a little bit about how the node works, I guess. Node. Base node. Init. No, that is... I wonder if they're not calling their init for some reason. Or the command might not exist. Let's go. Let's do... One thing I think is like when the node gets created, it might not have... It might not have the associated command class right when it's created. Let's see. So let's do move node, move actor node. Uh-oh, did I put this in the wrong place? That's the problem. Put it in the wrong place. It's supposed to be in the command. That's going to get confusing. Well, there's your problem. It's supposed to be in here. There you go. All right. So now that should be good, maybe. On execute, don't care. Why is it not formatting? Come on. Let's try this again. These target resolvers are designed for the commands. Nodes are supposed to be dumb containers of information. They should not be using target resolution because the nodes have nothing to target. Well, that's not totally true. Because nodes, like conditional nodes, might have things to target. So I make conditions commands. Okay, there you go. Look at that. See? So now it's automatically like, oh, the battle target is allies are selected. And I'm not even going to bother in this worrying about if there's multiple. I'll let the logic that handles it do the rest. Although I suppose what would be interesting is if it's selected and they're multiple, what do you do? I'll worry about that later. Let's take it parallel. That should be okay. Box horizontal, linear dynamic. Okay. I think I'll just move the rest of the walk command stuff in here. And then because I realize it is not Saturday, I'll get ready to wrap up soon. Point horizontal. This is all the basics. These ones are okay too, I guess. I don't know if I'm worried as much about ignore height, but I'll copy all this stuff for now. Movement speed, sure. Set motion, sure. Set, do I want to make set motion? Yes. Set rotation, maybe. Set rotation is what I do at the end of the movement. And I think the reason I did that was because when you move a character to a position, it's very likely to happen that you're going to want to rotate them in a direction. Like you walk them in front of somebody and then you rotate or something. Yes, I think all these things are actually legitimate settings. For meow. Let's find out which ones we want to keep though. So movement speed will keep the same. And motion option is what? Use character. This is a pure configuration object. This will be a problem, but I'll worry about that later. Because this is using like the character. We'll see what happens. I don't know if this will handle it very well, but we'll find out. Because the motions, right now the motions are able to be set by data that lives in like the core game database data. But I now know enough that I probably don't even need to use the core game database data. I could probably like get it differently. I should go back and revise it. What do you call a sad strawberry? Oh, blueberry. Cute. All right, move actor. There you go. So if I say set motion, I have all these things here. We have motion options, which I'm going to revise at some point. Specify object. We can pick a character, like a sprite. Or we show the sprite here. I definitely need to revise that. And we can pick the options of the character's object things, right? Which most of these don't have movement there. Or I can pick a prefab, which is just an object that exists in Unity. So all that stuff is fine. Or I can say custom motion, which is fine. Set rotation. Perfect. Okay. Well, we got the replicated move actor. Doesn't do anything yet, but I have all the configuration at least. So that's good. Call that progress. I'll take it. I'll take it as a progress and move on with my life. So I'm going to wrap up. I think it's time. It's time to, wind down because it's a work night. I should pay attention to that more when I'm streaming. Here we go. Let's go look at the Twitches. And, I have some stupid web dev to do. I'm never going to stream web dev again. Screw that. Where should I go see? Not really. There's Coding with Strangers. He's cool. He's a fun guy. But not like a mushroom type of fun guy. Or there's TCAP. Thanks for hanging out, Stoff. Thanks for being here. Listening to me while you work and not talking to me while I work. I was the one entertaining. I was here to entertain. We're going to go see Coding with Strangers. He's a cool dude. And I actually have commands this time. So I will be back on Saturday, I think. So y'all have a good week. And I'll actually be streaming on a Saturday. So I don't know if I'll stay up too much later, but we'll see. We'll see what we can get done. Hopefully I'll have a website done by then too. Have a great week, y'all. If for those in the U.S. that celebrate Thanksgiving, happy Thanksgiving. For those who don't, happy week. All right, y'all. Have a good one. Bye-bye. Raid.